Chris Knight,
Dr. Harris.
and call in. Who do we have on the line?
Jana Childers.
Randy Kelly's here. Chris, do you know if we need to maintain the phone connection and the WebEx connection? Chris Clausen gave me a call-in number to dial in on the phone. But I'm also on the WebEx call.
The number that was texted is actually the call-in for the bridge. That's bypassing WebEx. That's just a lot clearer, and there's not the feedback. So if you just want to go to that one, that would work better.
Okay. Sounds like I'm in an echo chamber, but I'll hang on.
You could either mute the WebEx or mute the other. The call-in line to the bridge, that'd be a direct, it'd come over the speakers. WebEx we're having some issues with. So if you want to get off of the WebEx, that would be better.
The WebEx is muted. No, I'm sorry, I had it backwards. Good.
Are we live? If just to clear up the roll call, I have Dr. Harris in chambers, Chris Knight, Randy Kelly on the call, Jennifer Barnes. Are we missing any members?
Ben Galls, I'm on the call.
Okay, Ben, thank you.
Jana Childers.
All right, great. Sounds like we have a quorum. I am going to call the June 2020 Fairfield County Planning Commission meeting to order. I'm going to go through the agenda. Everyone's had a chance to review the meeting, the minutes of the the meeting minutes from last year, December of 2019. If there's any comments or questions, if they appear to be in order, I will accept a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All right, motion's been seconded. All in favor of approving the minutes from the previous meeting, saying aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, great. We're going to move on to agenda item 3, which is the new business. I think we have a modification to the agenda. We're down to one rezone request. The building and zoning staff has approved at a staff level a reduction of the setback requirements for the Steve Reynolds rezone request. So that has been scratched from the agenda item. So we only have item A, which is a rezone from zone I1 to B2 for healthcare SC. That property is located, actually, I think it's on,
369.
Yep, exactly.
Correct.
Highway 269, just west of the intersection of US Highway 321, south of Malili. everybody's had a chance to read the staff report. Are there any additional comments from the staff you guys want to review?
Sure. So thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. This is the M. Lilly facility. So this is the former MAC site. This applicant is the parent company of M. Lilly. It's called Healthcare LLC. And they're requesting to cut off, actually, this 5-acre parcel, come to find out, you have an updated exhibit. It's actually going to be 6 acres because apparently they own the right of way as well. So a portion of that, an acre portion, would actually be to the center line of the road.
So it's a net 5 acres.
It's a,
A
yeah.
gross 6
exactly.
acres. Okay.
So this request is being made by the applicant because they actually, they're a Chinese company, and they have a desire to actually have housing for some of their transient workers that would be basically within walking distance. But that is not allowed in the I-1 district. So they're looking to downzone to B2 to allow for 2 modular homes to be put up on that 5-acre net piece of property. So this, the future land use map does list this area as business and industrial. So there is on the table, I-1, B2, and a PDD are compatible. So this would be consistent with the comprehensive plan, and in the staff's opinion, this is an approvable, if you will, rezoning.
Thank you. I'm going to open the floor to any questions or comments from Planning Commission at this time.
And you said how many homes or units they're planning to put on that property?
2.
As my understanding, that's the maximum allowable on one lot. Is that correct? Or
For B2, no, actually, but that was just all they needed.
Okay.
If they went over a certain amount, we might be looking at some other type of a development, but no, that's not, there's not the limit like RD1.
RD1 would be? Okay.
Yes, that's what you're thinking.
This is Jennifer
So that
Barnes.
means
I
that
do
we
have
would-
one question. Do we know what the housing capacity for those 2 facilities will be, like what the expected number of folks will be living there?
I believe they were saying at least like 4 to 5 individuals. But again, this would not be on a consistent basis. This is their staff that are really from China, and they work on the equipment that's used in the manufacturing and assembly line equipment, et cetera. So I believe that they would only be here for months. You know, they would not be here for years at a time or anything.
Intermittent periods.
Mhm.
Intermittent periods.
Yes,
Okay. That's my only question. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Would they be able to put up more houses at a later date?
They would have to submit, I mean, any residents, they'd have to get a building permit. There would have to be setbacks as well that were adhered to. But I think by the zoning, there could be more allowed. I'd have to double check the ordinance to see what the maximum capacity was. I think it's more than 8 that was a subdivision.
So they understand that they're requesting 2, but they have the option of adding a 3rd or a 4th one. We're just addressing the 2 that they want to put on that property.
The 5 acres was actually because in order to fit it as an exempt lot subdivision, it would have to be at least 5 acres. So they have a 5-acre parcel that has road frontage. That was the reason they went to 5 acres.
Okay.
So
Any additional questions or comments?
Ready for a motion?
I will accept a motion at this time.
I'll make the motion that we accept the rezone from I-1 to B2 for the healthcare SC LLC property.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Just to clarify, since we are not all in the same place, this is a motion to accept the request to rezone. It's a positive motion to accept the request to rezone from industrial to business. Is there any confusion about that? If not, we can vote on it. All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Aye. All opposed? All right, motion passes. As I mentioned, the second item on the agenda has been scratched. So at this time, I'll open the floor for any general discussion.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes,
We did have the policy, if people wanted to make a public comment, that they would send it in prior to, or that they would ask to be essentially called into the meeting. We received a number of calls, but we did not receive anyone that actually wanted to prepare a statement or to speak. So I just wanted to note that before we move.
okay. That's a good point. I was questioning if this was a closed session or open, but
Yeah, this
the
is.
public did have a chance to comment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's it for the June session of the Planning Commission. No additional questions or comments. We'll accept motions to adjourn.
I make a motion that this meeting be adjourned to the next necessary time, provided I get a second.
I'll second that.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Thanks, guys. And thanks, Jason, for
Aye.
helping out.
Thank you, guys.
Meeting adjourned.
Randy Kelly.
Has left.
Ben Gomes.
Has left.